Harassment. There's usually a lot of harassment going on. And if you act trying to protect yourself or your children, then the other party might go and charge you for harassment. I have a little document that where is it now? But I can't remember what did I call it. But can somebody help me with the document about where the target parent is now criminally charged? Huh? I think it might be that one, yeah. Yeah, I think it might be that one. But that is also after harassment and so. Demands for payment of debt causing alarm, etc. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I've got it here somewhere. But you can have a look at all these pieces of paper. There's many more that we will try and get for you links to, so that you can have a look at them. Demands for payment. Usually, you are nailed with maintenance, and then they come with more accounts and more accounts. And in many cases, she will ask you for your maintenance, and then when she need a little bit of money, she say, hand over. And if you can't hand over, she go and call him and say, panel beat him a little bit. And then that is also an offence of demands for payments of debt causing alarm, etc. Endangerment. The child is endangered by being alienated. We'll come back to that later. You are endangered by the actions of the alienating party against you. That is also offence. False imprisonment. In many cases, your children are false imprisoned. They are not allowed to go outside the gate. They're not allowed to go outside the door. If I see you going out of this house to go and see your mother, I will beat the hell out of you. Many of your children heard those words. That's false imprisonment. It's also, naturally, as we'll see later, cruelty to children. Abduction of a child by a parent. Now, luckily, this is one of the offences that is usually accepted and investigated and prosecuted, where a parent go and take the child outside the country, move with the child out of the country and not come back. Usually I'm going on holiday, but then they never come back. But now we have a problem with that one. If I go and I take your daughter to France, and they find me there, usually I will be arrested and escorted back to Ireland to stand trial. But if I am a citizen of Slovakia or one of these Eastern European countries, there's going to be big problems. Poland, Slovakia. Slovakia is the worst. They won't arrest me. You won't see your child ever again. Abduction by another person. Usually, in several cases that I know of, the child was actually abducted and taken out of jurisdiction by somebody completely unknown to the target parent. And then, naturally, it wasn't me. And a week later, a month later, I go and join my child somewhere else. Okay, naturally I mentioned to you about harm earlier. If a certificate is issued by a medical practitioner that you are harmed, that is evidence of harm. Now, the next one, 1998, Protection of Persons Reporting Child Abuse. To protect the person reporting child abuse, this act was drafted. But there's one very important one, and that is Section 5. The moment that me as alienating party tonight, I'm alienating you all tonight. The moment I go and say, you will not see your child, I am reporting you to the guards and to TUSLA for sexual abuse. The moment I go and report to the guards or TUSLA, or even to this report writer, that you sexually abused your child, I'm guilty of an offence. And I can be prosecuted now. Oh, he can't see his child because he slapped her. He can't see his child because I saw him personally pulling ugly faces at the child and the child making the child scared. He is abusing the child. That is an offence and it can be prosecuted. I am now coming to the most important enactment that we have to look at, and that is the enactment of torture. The Criminal Justice United Nations Convention Against Torture Act of 2000. I wrote an essay on it. The essay was originally regarding torture committed by TUSLA, but I have to edit that very urgently after the new case law of the European Court of Human Rights. Now, I do suggest that there won't be time tonight to go and read it. Download the document, torture, what did I call it? Is Ireland guilty of allowing torture? It is important that you understand. It is I'm not going to go in deeper there. But I must now highlight something very interesting. Remember, I'm the alienating party tonight. I caused him to suffer serious psychological pain. Am I guilty of torture? No. Torture can only be committed by me if I am a state official or if I'm authorized by a state official to make him suffer. But I am guilty of the common law offense of inhumane and degrading treatment. And that is apparently not recognized in Ireland. What can he do? Up till our court hearing, nothing. Sorry, mate, go and commit suicide. That's all you can do. Now, it changed. It changed. Number one, it's an offense in another way. Remember, after I started giving him a hard time, he went to the member of Angara Shakona and he said, that old man is doing this to me and that to me and blah, 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 blah. That member of Angara Shakona should have investigated, identified the offences I am committing against him and initiate prosecution against me. But what does that member say? Sorry, civil matter, go and see your solicitor. According to the new case law in the European Court of Human Rights, that state official is now condoning the action that I am doing against him. So, now it is not serious harm anymore, but I am committing torture on him because you gave permission. You as a state official gave permission. So suddenly, it is not harassment, it's not assault, it's not causing serious harm. It's not cruelty to children because of the children involved. It is torture because he, as a state official, condoned it. So now, you're not going to charge me with the other offences anymore. You're going to charge me under the Criminal Justice Act for torture because I'm doing it with the permission of a state official. I'm stopping there for a second